This week, Ubisoft basically confirmed it's releasing sequels to 3 of its big franchises. Just no messing about. They announced 3 new games in one go. Just like, oh, by the way, there's a new Assassin's Creed, The Crew, and Far Cry. Yeah. I mean, what the f*** is that about?
Announcing a new video game is a craft. It's a careful dance of marketing and advertising, balancing the release of information with the excitement and anticipation of your audience. Reveal enough details, pictures and footage to get people excited. Don't shower your audience with promises that you might not be able to deliver on in the final product. Rockstar Games carried out a masterclass in video games announcement when it revealed Red Dead Redemption 2 late last year. Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, is the Western sequel which is penciled in for release late 2017. It was first teased with a pretty nondescript image in the basic Red Dead Redemption colouring. It triggered all kinds of wild speculation and theories on the internet about how more of the image would be revealed over the course of the week. It actually raised the stock price of the distributor Take-Two by 6%. When the game was finally announced, we got a sweet AF trailer that set the tone and gave a glimpse into the world of Red Dead Redemption without revealing any real specifics about characters, plot and setting. It was the perfect execution of a video game reveal.
So let's just compare that to Ubisoft's latest batch of half announcements for a second, shall we? Ubisoft announced sequels to 2 of its biggest franchises, and The Crew. In bulk. How did they do it? In a f***ing investor call that was then broadcast to the media. To quote Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, in 2017-18, we will see the exciting returns of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, The Crew, and South Park. Well, we already knew about South Park, but this isn't an exciting announcement, is it? This doesn't make me care about these games or what they might be. It just reads like a set list of what to expect from Ubisoft at E3 this year. It makes Ubisoft look like they could not give less of a shit about how people find out about their new games. There's no care here, there's no pride in their products. Announcing things in bulk might be impressive to investors, but it sends a very negative message to gamers, your most hardcore of fans, the people who you want to buy your game day one. It doesn't say buy this, it's going to be a great game. It says buy this, you bought the last one. They know people don't give a shit about their games. They know that they know that a lot of the core gaming audience will find out about this and just won't care about it. They don't have that craft, they don't have that care that Rockstar has when they're announcing something. They're just blurting it out, and then there will be reveal teasers and stuff. And that's all in the marketing strategy for the year ahead.
Yeah, they just don't give a shit. You're right. I think they give more of a shit about telling the investors, like, this is all the money we can make you this year. Not like, this is all of the awesome games that we've got for you this year. People who pay attention to the news and trailers and stuff like that, they don't give a shit about Ubisoft games. Yeah. Like, the informed gamers, they know what's up with Ubisoft, and they know they're just like shit games. Whereas the people who buy the games and keep them popular are like the young kids and stuff we don't really follow.
The filthy casuals.
Filthy casuals keeping Ubisoft games relevant is fucking...
Casuals aren't filthy.
There are people who are less...
Just less engaged, I suppose.
Yeah, less engaged who buy the games, keep Ubisoft, and so they don't care too much about the games because they're going to make money anyway, because, fuck, it's a big open world, like, RPG elements shooter.
There's
with
loads of towers and fun stuff like that in it.
People lap that shit up.
Yeah. It also feels like they're going through the motions a little bit. Like, they know everyone's expecting the next Assassin's Creed, the next Far Cry, and The Crew, I guess. They're not even pretending that it's an exciting bit of news. They're just like, oh, there's more. There's more Assassin's Creed. There's more Far Cry. One thing that I do find really interesting, though, is that on the internet, in the gaming community, from personal experience and from critics as well, these aren't like critical darlings. They're not well thought of games in the community anymore. I don't think so, anyway. Whenever we post anything about Ubisoft gets trashed. Yeah. But Ubisoft are doing really, really insanely well. Ghost Recon Wildlands and For Honor are 2 of the biggest successful, most successful games of the year, 2 of the biggest selling games of the year. So it's interesting that there's a big disconnect there from the gaming community and how successful Ubisoft seems to be regardless of what everyone thinks of them.
There's also something to be said for the importance of controlling and preventing leaks. Before Rockstar revealed RDR2, we had no idea that RDR2 was coming. People even thought that it could have been a port of the original Red Dead Redemption to PC based on the teaser picture, and we had no idea. Rockstar were airtight on information. Ubisoft, on the other hand, have had a bit of a nightmare with leaks for Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Far Cry 5 was being talked about as a Western itself last week after reports of live-action filming for cinematics of the game in Montana. That wasn't just one big leak either. People pieced together snippets of information they picked up from the internet, like the fact that Ubisoft surveyed people on the possibility of a Far Cry Western.
Assassin's Creed Egypt was also leaked in advance, this time by an off-screen photo which emerged on Reddit, posted by a now deleted user account believed to have been a Ubisoft staff member. Rockstar obviously kept a tighter lid on their reveal because they want to control all of the information themselves. Ubisoft, on the other hand, look leakier than Edward Kenway's pirate ship. Now that's a shit line, but I wanted to compare it to something, and that's like the only leaky Ubisoft thing I can think of. So
who's Edward Kenway?
Sorry, it's the pirate from Assassin's Creed Black
Oh,
Flag.
right.
So you get it. Right.
Do I get kudos for I've never played Assassin's Creed? No?
Never. Not a single one.
Well, about an hour or two.
I was a big fan of Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, and then the more of them that they made, the less interested I got. That does tend to be my position of things. If there's too much of something, I just become less interested in it.
Isn't it?
I want to enjoy Assassin's Creed games. I've got nothing against them, but the way that they're treating this again, it just, even though they've taken a year off, it just smacks of, you know, here's another one.
You gotta do it right, like Rockstar. Rockstar f***ing nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. Everyone was talking about it. Like exactly. It was like, oh, we're waiting for the next like little teaser on Twitter. It was fantastic, and it generated so much excitement for the game. Like everybody's really excited. I'm still really excited for it. I suppose it's part of the not releasing a Red Dead Redemption game for 7 years.
Exactly. That's
part of the excitement.
Big element. Yeah. I mean, if anyone's like, oh, you can't compare Red Dead Redemption to Assassin's Creed, no, we can't, because Ubisoft has released an Assassin's Creed every year since, I don't know, like 2009 or something ridiculous like that. So Red Dead Redemption just came out and that's it. Well, that's all we've had. So people are dying for another one. It's just night and day the difference between Rockstar and Red Dead Redemption with Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed. They are both huge businesses, they are both huge products that will make a lot of money, but just the style and the way that it's been presented to us is completely different. Rockstar are just doing it right, they're nailing it. Ubisoft just couldn't give less of a shit, could they?
Talking about getting really excited for an announcement, you know, we've got a Twitch channel now.
Yeah,
like,
it's an exciting announcement.
So, what day is it, Mike?
Saturday.
Saturday. Well, it must be time for the comments.
It's actually Thursday. First up, commenting on the net neutrality video, Raven Hale says, "You guys are pretty great. Pulling big dick moves left, right, and centre. Keep it up." A big dick move is like, yeah, I don't give a f. Yeah, that's what a big dick move is. I think it's a compliment.
So a dick move is negative, but pulling a big dick move is a positive thing. Although,
glad we could clear that
up. In my book, pulling a big dick is never a good thing, unless it's my own.
Fucking hell.
Next up, Robert Pillersund comments on the 6x Games Saved Lives video. "You really have a good time telling the moose story. Well, here in Sweden they kill a couple of people every year, so to us, they are not a joke." Well,
sorry, Robert.
The thing about this is like, yeah, moose can kill people, but so can like crossing the street. So can climbing a ladder. Yeah. You can die by doing that.
I feel like all these studio lights and the cameras and the soundproofing and stuff is probably, in a statistical terms, just as dangerous as a moose. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. If this light comes for you, just
falls down, blows out. I don't know. It's, you know. Aaron J comments on 6x Games Saved Lives. "Given the chance, a moose will kill you and everyone you care about."
Sounds like Liam Neeson.
I hope you're not making.
And last up this week, LolKid comments, "Gareth is sexy as fuck." Yeah, 7 people liked it. Cheers, lads.
Lads. I get it, sorry. So on our They're Making a Witcher TV series video, we asked you guys who you think would make a good Geralt of Rivia. We had loads of suggestions, none of which are as good as Mads Mikkelsen.
Ruby Clasher says Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy? Yeah, no.
Yeah, so dismissive. I think that's a good shout. Tom Hardy would be pretty cool.
I don't feel like he's not pointy enough. He's a bit of a... Cole Caffran says, Gerard Butler. Are you serious? Is that a serious suggestion?
Baruch says Anson Mount.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. He's a little bit Hollywood, so they'd need a lot of... Dog of Hades reckons Sean Bean. Sean Bean, Sean Bourne. It's up to you. I think... Yeah, Sean Bourne, not Geralt, but...
He's a shoo-in for one of the other characters,
yeah,
isn't he?
Vesemir, he'd be a good Vesemir. A few people said that in the comments as well. He'd be spot on Vesemir. Not Geralt, though. Because we had loads of awesome suggestions for Geralt, to be fair. And we did look through a lot of them. Some of them were terrible. Gerard Butler, for example. What's that about?
So, do let us know down in the comments below whether you give a Far Cry 5 about this new Ubisoft announcement.
Carry on.
I was solid then, Mike. What's going on? Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out some more of our content around about here. And you can find a link to our Patreon around about here on the screen if you want to support us and you're that kind of awesome. We'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.